Ironically, it's that season again, ladies and gentlemen. It's the season of politics. And here we go with Take a Politician to Church month. Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. Before we step into today's video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. We're a new channel and we're trying to grow. On today's episode, we're going to talk about politics, but not how you might think. This is not a political channel, but this is a channel to emphasize the actions of men and boys in the current environment, under attack from all aspects of society, whether it's education, family court system, or even the financial sector. And ultimately, what it boils down to during this election cycle, you ask for nothing, you get nothing. No longer is it okay to just vote party. It's all about voting your interest.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
That was footage from a speech President Biden gave at Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston, South Carolina yesterday. The historically black church and site of Dylann Roof's racist 2015 massacre served as a staging ground for the president to try to rally voters in the state ahead of the 2024 election. Now, MSNBC host and former Biden aide Simone Sanders lashed out at protesters at the church, saying Mother Emanuel AME is hallowed ground in the AME church community. In Charleston especially, the shock of people in the crowd at protesters yelling out while President Biden was speaking from the pulpit cannot be overstated. I, too, couldn't believe it. The president's poll numbers continue to stay stagnant. A new AP poll suggests that many Democratic voters would be unsatisfied if Biden were nominated as the Democratic candidate for president, while more independent voters would be dissatisfied if Biden were nominated than Trump.
Well, the polling hits keep coming. Future Majority reports Trump is up 6 points in crucial swing state Pennsylvania, while Rasmussen reports shows large swaths of voters, nearly 2/3 of voters, see the crisis at the southern border as an invasion, a critical failure point for Biden as immigration continues to rank very highly as an important issue for voters. Here to discuss Biden's re-election chances and polling data is host of the Savvy Saps podcast, Sabrina Salvati. Welcome back, Sabrina.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me on.
Always great to see you. First, why don't you address this dust up at the church and the complaints from some people like Simone Sanders that this was inappropriate given the setting?
The nerve of Joe Biden to appear at a black church after he has reneged on the promises that he made to the black community when he ran for president in 2020. He has some gall. This goes to show you, if you look at the protesters that were in the audience of that church, those were younger voters. It shows you that once again, Joe Biden has not found a way to connect with young voters in this country. Most of the people in that audience are older voters, which is what you would expect if you go to a lot of the black churches, predominantly in the South. But we can't be mistaken. Jim Clyburn is sitting there right next to Joe Biden, almost as a sidekick, so to speak. And Jim Clyburn bears the responsibility of some of this as well, because he was the one that told his constituents to support Joe Biden in 2020 because Joe Biden was going to deliver for the African-American community.
And what did he deliver? This Peanuts cartoon summarizes it best.
Can I have an extra piece of candy for my stupid brother? He couldn't come with us because he's sitting in a pumpkin patch, waiting for the great pumpkin. It's so embarrassing to have to ask. something extra for that blockhead Linus? I got 5 pieces of candy. I got a chocolate bar. I got a quarter. I got a rock.
I actually graduated from the University of South Carolina, but I didn't grow up in South Carolina. So I never really understood the admiration for someone like Jim Clyburn. People would say to me, it's because he hosts a fish fry.
That's a damn shame.
You can fry your own fish. This just goes to show you how little we are willing to settle for in the Black community. We need to start asking these leaders, some of the Black leaders, what are they doing for the community today? And Jim Clyburn is not doing much for the community today. His district is one of the poorest districts in the country. Meanwhile, Jim is living just fine. So I think people like him have led us down this path. They've had us continue on the same path that we've been doing for the past couple decades, which is why we haven't received any type of progress when it comes to politics in this country.
Flashback 3 years ago when Ice Cube had the right idea but no support.
So much for joining us. May I call you Cube?
Yeah, call me Cube.
Thank you so much, Cube. So you had a contract with Black America indicating different things that you want to see in terms of opportunities. You tried to work with the Trump administration. You also tried to work with the Democrats. President Trump responded. Can you tell us what happened?
After the death of George Floyd, I saw a lot of activity and a lot of people talking about, police reform, criminal justice reform. Not too many people talking about financial reform. And the reason I came on your show was because I knew that I'd be talking to the financial leaders in this country. And the fact that Black people, make up 13% of this country, but we're living off of, 0.5% of the wealth, not even a percentage point of the wealth in this country, should let everybody know. That should alarm everybody. And everybody should know that that's not sustainable. So that's the reason why, after coming out with the contract with Black America, I really went hard at both campaigns to see what they were going to do financially for the Black community specifically. So that was the quest.
Bottom line, the attempt that Ice Cube made was specific in nature, and that's what we need as a voting bloc if we want our issues heard and answered. Whether it's the family court system, getting paternity fraud taken care of, getting equity in the court system in general, boosting the current education shortfall, especially with boys in the school systems, as well as opportunities from a financial standpoint for those who are underserved, particularly in the Black community. Yet, I want to hear from you in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this particular election cycle, and do you think it's a valid course of action to try to vote interest and not party? Because you ask for nothing, you get nothing. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and take an opportunity to check out other videos here on the channel. And as always, have a good day.